Welcome to Rise and Shine Daily Business Tech Boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and break them down into bite-sized tips you can use right away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and Shine. It's your daily dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham. Episode number 499 today. And I saw a question come through about how do I connect Gravity Forms to Mailchimp. So I thought I would actually do that today. We'll see how we run, hey? So to connect Gravity Forms to Mailchimp, you need a couple of things. You need Gravity Forms, you need a Mailchimp account, and you need the Gravity Forms add-on called Mailchimp. Now the Gravity Forms, let me share my screen and I can show you where you can find all this information. So this is the Gravity Forms website. And I've just gone to the add-ons menu. So go to add-ons up here, gravityforms.com, go to add-ons, and in the search term, just enter Mailchimp just to make sure you've got it. Now, Mailchimp, not all the add-ons are available to everyone. Mailchimp is available on the basic, elite, non-profit, and pro licenses. So if you've got a Mailchimp, a Gravity Forms basic license, you'll have access to the Mailchimp add-on. So that's cool. Without further ado, I'm not going to come back and talk to you guys. I'm going to head across to my website here. We're going to go back in because I was actually looking at this before we started. So I've logged into my demo site. To be able to activate that add-on, it's really easy. We come down to make sure Gravity Forms is installed and configured. Come down to your Forms menu and come down to the add-ons sub-menu. And we wait. And these are the official add-ons. You can also go to certified add-ons. Mailchimp is an official add-on. So just scroll down, keep scrolling until you see Mailchimp, and you'll see you've got an ability to install it here. Just click on install. Now I have a pro license, so I have a lot more add-ons than a lot of people will have. Once you've got it installed, you click activate. And you'll see in your plugins menu, you now have Gravity Forms and you've got Gravity Forms Mailchimp add-on. Head to the settings menu here. Now, if you do this and you forget where it is, to get to the Gravity Forms setting menu, or the setting menu for Mailchimp for Gravity Forms, Mailchimp for Gravity Forms, go to Dashboard, Forms, Settings, and then under settings, choose Mailchimp. Here it's asking you, it says Mailchimp makes it easy to send newsletters, manage your subscribers, blah, 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 blah. If you don't have a Mailchimp account, you can sign up for one here. So you do have to have a Mailchimp account. You're going to connect to Mailchimp. Click the button, connect to Mailchimp, redirecting, and it's going to ask me to log in. So I'm just going to pause this video while I log into my account and get to the right account. Okay, so I've logged in. And it says, welcome back, Charly. These are all going to be blurred out, but you'll see that this is my account here at the top. So we're just going to connect to my account. I am a member of other people's accounts because I help them manage their accounts and do things, which is why I have so many listed here. But we're just going to log into my account. And it's asking me for my authenticator code, which I will just quickly grab. Hopefully it works for me. Okay, so once you get through the login process and you put in your authenticator code and all of those things, do your two-factor authentication, it's asking you to authorize Gravity Forms Mailchimp connector. By connecting, Gravity Forms Mailchimp will allow access to your account, and it tells you everything that's there. Click allow, and we're going back now. Okay, and of course it's asking me to log back in. Okay, so now that we're connected, and it's telling me that I'm connected to Mailchimp and who I'm connected to Mailchimp as, gives me the ability to disconnect. That's how you connect your Mailchimp account. We're not finished yet. Let's go have a look at what forms I have here. I might just create a new one, to be honest. Yeah, we're just going to create a new form. We're just going to create a very simple opt-in form. Okay, so create a new form, give it a name, and what we're going to do, we're going to do a name field, and we're going to do an email field, and that's all we're doing. We're going to move name up the top here. I don't know why that's there. It's really annoying. And we're just going to make sure we're only collecting the first and the last name and the email address. That's all we're doing. I'm not going to do any fancies around it. I'm going to click save to save the form. Then under settings, so once you've got your form done, on the form itself, go up to the settings menu and come down to Mailchimp here. We're going to create a Mailchimp feed. So what this will do is this will connect the form to Mailchimp and tell Mailchimp where to put these subscribers. So let's have a look at what options we have. From here, you click the Add New button, which will add a new feed. You typically only need one feed per form, unless you're going to do some segmentation and you're going to use some conditions to choose which feed kicks in. So we're just going to leave it as Mailchimp feed 1. We're going to select a Mailchimp audience. So this is a list, okay? This is the list that you've got created. I have one big list in Mailchimp. It's not so big anymore because I've moved off of Mailchimp to another provider, but I've still got a list in Mailchimp. And it's asking me, because I have first name and last name defined on my list, it's asking me to define the email address, first name and last name. Now, if I didn't have first name and last name in the list, it would tell me name and I could make a decision as to which fields I chose. But I do have all three. So it's saying email, which field do I choose? We're going to choose email, first name, last name, and it's picked up first name and last name. So we're good to go there. Then you'll see that I have some segmentation already set up within my list. I've got groups configured. We're going to say interested in, which group do I want to put them in? So this is going to help with my segmentation. So this is a newsletter group. So I'm just going to say, for example, business success, and we're going to say assign to this group always, or we can assign to this group if name is this, or I'll come back to some of the options here. We're just going to do a very basic configuration. Do we want it to be double opt-in? Now, double opt-in means that it's going to send out a verification message to the person who's filled in the form and say, hey, we've got your request. Please click here to confirm that you really want to join the list. I'm going to leave it as yes. You don't have to. You can mark the subscriber as VIP. You can add tags. I'm going to come back to that one in just a moment, and you can add a note as well. If you want to put some conditional logic in, this is where you do it. We're not going to do that. This is just a simple, if they fill in the form, they're going to get added to our list. Click save. Okay, so now that feed is done. And if I just go back into Mailchimp here on the side, we've got Mailchimp configured. Okay. Now, when someone fills in that form, I'm not going to cover the confirmations and the notifications. You can use confirmations and notifications as well to ensure that you streamline their experience through the sign-up process. But once they've filled in that form and it's submitted, this feed is going to kick in. It's going to work no matter what. Now, there's a couple of things we noticed here that I really want to hit, and we'll come back and look at them now. And I'm really glad to see they did this because I used to have to code this in. I used to sit there and I had a little pieces of code that I could put into a function and say, well, if they've filled in, choose this group or choose these tags. So you'll notice that we have some conditional logic on the when do we fill them? Sorry, when do we add them to these groups? We've got this if. Now, we don't have anything here that will work. We've got a name, first, email. What happens though if we go back to our form and we add some checkboxes? and we call this interested in. There's a reason I called my group interested in, and the description here is please select what topics you're interested in. Okay, and then under my choices here, I'm going to use this bulk add choices option. We're going to put general website, general. Make sure you type properly, it helps. General website, website design and development. So if you've got, the reason you do this is if you've got different topics that you send information out on, if you want to do some segmentation based on, this is a person who's interested in business to business stuff, or this person who's interested in B2C stuff, website hosting, just going to choose a couple here, email marketing, ongoing support. There we go. There's just some interesting ones. Now, if I click insert choices here, easier to type them in than using the labels here to do it. I'm just going to close that up. So now we've got check boxes here that show us what they're interested in, and they've got a submit button. So I'm going to click save. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our Mailchimp feed. And under Mailchimp, I'm going to edit the feed we've got. Business success. Assigned to this group if interested in is general website. Assigned to website and support if interested in is ongoing support. Hosting, assigned to this group if interested in is hosting. I hope you get the idea with that. That this is how you can divide them up. The other thing you can do, if you don't have groups enabled, you can use tags to segment your list really easily. I love using tags to segment my audience. And I would here, well, let's just finish this off and then I'll come back and show you tags rather than confusing everything. So that's how you can use your check boxes to assign groups. You can click save here. Now what I'm going to do, there we go. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to the Mailchimp feeds and I'm going to duplicate this feed. And we're going to edit the copy one. I'm going to come back and change the name in a minute. And what we're going to do is I'm going to remove all of the assigned to groups and we're just going to use tags. So here I'm going to say tag this client where interested in is general website. Okay, so interested in general websites. So it's going to come back with a tag of general website. I'm going to say enable this condition where interested in is general websites. Okay, so now what we've done here is rather than using groups to segment our list, because setting up groups can be problematic sometimes, like you might forget, you can use tags. And you can, if you've got a campaign running and you just want to tag them as a campaign when they come through, you can say, okay, assign the tag to this if interested in is general website, and say save. The only time that this feed, that particular feed will run, we're just going to go and change the name of the feed so we know what it is. Mailchimp feed, general website. So the only time this feed that we've just created will run and assign someone is if they filled in general website and they've tagged it as general website. You can have one of these feeds for each of your tags. Okay, you can do that, or you can, if I put this up, we'll get rid of all of the groups on this one. hope this isn't confusing you guys. Going to enable the condition. No, we're not going to enable the condition. We're just going to put here tags. And we're going to come down and say tag it with interested in. Now, if I'm correct, what that will do is that will select whatever has been chosen and interested in and apply that tag. That's worth testing, by the way, and making sure I've got that right. But that will just assign the tag interested in. You can choose which how you do those tags. You can choose whether you want to do them as conditional. It's not even those tags. You can choose whether to use conditional logic to run the feed or whether you just assign them based on the tag or the group that you want to apply to them. Mailchimp and WordPress and Gravity Forms is really easy with this add-on. I'm really, really glad. I'm really, really glad the add-on got improved when it first came out. I'm remembering I've been doing this for a really long time. When these products first came out, we actually had to write our own code. We had to write our own interactions with them. Sorry, it's a bit cold here. We had to run our own code and our own functions so that when a form was submitted, we had to decide which group to add it to, which tag to add to it, how to segment it up. It was a lot of work. This add-on makes it so easy, and it's part of the basic subscription, part of your basic licensing too. So that's how you can connect your Gravity form to Mailchimp with very little hassle, and you can get really fancy on how you use your Gravity form to segment your list and to add people to your mailing list if they've gone through and filled out a contact form. You can even have like a checkbox on it that says, do you want to join our mailing list? And you put the checkbox, and if it's checked, use your feed there and conditional logic to say if the box is checked, add them to our Mailchimp list. Okay, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments wherever you are watching or listening to this video, or come and join me on my locals community, askcharlyleetham.locals.com. I would love to host you there. If this video was useful, please give it a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you find out when I drop more content, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.